Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central CFL content for the fans, by the fans. And we got another signing coming up as Justin Hardy will not be hitting the open market in free agency. He has re-signed with the Ottawa Redblacks on a one-year deal. And we actually have a lot more information on this one. We know exactly how much it's worth. This was an article by John Hodge. It's going to be $210,000 in hard money with an additional $7,000 available in statistical, all-star, and awards incentives. So, Rick, thoughts on this signing for starters?
It's going to be interesting to see how Ryan Dinwiddie does with the receiver group, because you have Eugene Lewis, Justin Hardy, Pimpleton, Keelan White. You also have Nick Marner.
Yeah.
Jordan.
I was expecting more of maybe I was expecting almost like guys not to get re-signed and him bringing in more of maybe some of the guys he's familiar with, but it looks like he's really gone in and he likes what he sees with this Redblacks organization, just kind of wants to put his own direction to it. But to me, this seems to be a pretty team-friendly deal, because if you really think about it, he's had 3 straight years of 1,000-yard seasons. Mm-hmm. I know he's 34. I understand that for a receiver, that's kind of on the older side of things. But if he's still producing, I don't give a shit if he's 102. You know what I mean? Like, if he's getting 1,000 yards, he's getting 1,000 yards. And so for $210,000, to me, based on what there's potential of this market for guys, because especially it's a 1-year deal. You know what I mean?
You know what?
If it doesn't work out, then so what? You know?
You know what the crazy thing is? Just take this in. So,
because we have guys that are maybe going to make $300,000 on the open market, and Justin Hardy is not a bad receiver.
It's not even that. Just think of this: the difference in 600 yards is 100,000. Justin Hardy got 210. Keon Hatcher got 310. 600-yard difference.
Yeah. Well, and
so then it makes you think, okay, so if, say, for example, who do we have out here now? Just let me go over to my free agent tab. So you have players, okay? So Keyshawn Johnson, Tim White, Dijon Brissett, Dominic Rhymes. Okay. So now the bar's been set. Justin Hardy 210, Keon Hatcher 310. So you could get any type of receiver at any point between the bottom and the top.
Yeah.
So it'll just be interesting to see what teams will be offering players out there.
Yeah, because I mean, if you kind of take a look into things, and just if we kind of look over the course of Justin Hardy's career, he's been playing football for a long time. He's been playing pro since 2015. This is a guy that got some actual decent NFL experience. This is a guy with 9 NFL touchdowns to his name. If we take a look at it, he had played 5 years at East Carolina for the Panthers in the ACC, or the AAC. Sorry, not the ACC, AAC. In which first year didn't really get much playing time. Second year goes in and gets 658 receiving yards. Very next year, 1,105, 1,284 the year after. Then 1,494 in his senior year with 10 touchdowns to it. And he was doing very well. His average was 12.35 per carry, with his longest being a 66-yard carry. He immediately then goes straight to the NFL. 9 games played. 1 game he had started. And so in his time in the NFL, he had gotten 194 yards his first year, 203 to second, 221, then 133, then 195. And again, that's all just because of usage. So there were a lot of games he was a backup, but then there were a couple games that he'd start just kind of occasionally here and there. Even in 2018, he didn't start a single game, but even from that backup spot, he was able to have some production. Has 1 year with the Chicago Bears after being with the Atlanta Falcons for 5 seasons. Has one season with the Bears, but doesn't dress or play any of those games, so predominantly probably on the practice roster, my guess. And then 2022 is when he finds the CFL, Ottawa Redblacks, and he's done very, very well in his time in the CFL. So it's one of those things where, is this a guy on the trail end of his career just for the fact of being in his mid 30s? Yeah, maybe, but it's one of those things where if these are the numbers he's putting up, I would maybe question it if you signed a $210,000 deal for a 4-year deal on a guy who's 34. I would question that. But with this being a 1-year deal, in my opinion, this has got to be one of the more team friendly deals that we've seen so far, especially with, we saw Keon Hatcher making $300,000. We see that Tim White potentially on the open market might make this, even might make that before the open market. Who knows? But to me, this is a deal where he's going to make a comfortable amount of money, $200,000. There's a lot you could do with $200,000. But then at the same time, it doesn't hamstring, like it doesn't tie the hands of the Red Blacks to do what they want to do. And the Red Blacks are a team, they haven't made the playoffs in quite a bit. You got to imagine that that's on Dinwiddie's mind goal. Get this team back in the playoffs. Get them back where winning championships is a potential. And so, I think if you're an Ottawa fan, I think this is a good move. I think the logistics of it work. That's my take. Is there anything else you got there, Rick?
No, sir.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord where we discuss all things CFL, NHL, all sorts of sports stuff. So check it out. And before we get going, also make sure you guys check out our interview of Darnell Sankey, as that will by this time it'll be up on YouTube. And honestly, it was a ton of fun doing it. I had a lot of good times. I think it was our longest player interview yet. So make sure you guys check that out. It's also available on Spotify if you prefer to listen to it there. And before we get going, Rick, you got some news about free agency.
Yes, on February 10th, I will be doing a live stream, probably from 8 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, going over everything from team to team across East Coast to the West Coast. And as a break, we will be breaking it to you. So do come over, have some fun, chat along with other fans, and let's continue promoting the league that we call the CFL.
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.